out we're live. I swear to God, OBS, I will kill you. I don't know how much went up there. So sometimes I have this YouTube dashboard, right? No audio. I think that's a you problem because I have audio going out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it doesn't make sense that I say. Okay, so this is in Dutch. Normally this button is like, oh, start stream. But now I just pressed start stream in OBS and it was like, let's go, immediately go live. So, hey everyone, this was 2 minutes earlier than expected, I guess. I was like, oh, I can prepare, but we're just diving straight into it. So, Sylvan, this is the same time, I think. We've started streaming at 5 p.m. Belgian time. I did the stream at 6 a.m. earlier this week, and that was miserable. I hope, by the way, please yell at me. Audio is different, as you can see by this thing. It's not that I didn't have a microphone before. It's just that I put it on an arm now, and I'm not fully happy with it yet. But it's like, whatever, it's all right. Good evening, Unit S-Chat Jinx as well. You were in chat. So the chat was so active already before anything started, really. So 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, the thing is, this is like, I had the microphone lying around. It's an Elgato Wave 3. It's not ideal, but it's like, yeah, I'm also not buying $500 worth of audio gear. It's not worth it. So I was just like, let me get a microphone mount and then use this. Because I felt like normally I use the lav mics, but I think they're a bit too tinny. I don't know. So I just wanted to try out these instead and just give them a go as well. And I guess this is also, I was doing my bot. Would you like to check my game? Depends on what. I'm probably once again not going to be playing demos this stream, but if it's things like store page, giving feedback on any of that, you can do that. I'll get out of the way for it first. Oh, I think I actually need to remove. Oh, God damn it. Because the chat is like a bit in the way. In our Discord, there is a link in the description of this stream. There's a channel called Improve My Game. You can join our cool Discord. It's really cool if you haven't done so yet. And I'm just gonna go through the posts made in here. Like for example, like Mike 10 made a post, but I'm not gonna start with this one because this is the most recent one. I'm gonna go through the ones I did in the thumbnail first. And then it's like, hey, he wants some feedback, some opinions. So later on the stream, we'll probably hop in. I know we looked at the capsule for this one before, but the Steam page is now live apparently. So we'll take a look at that. So if you have something that you want me to look at, don't send a link in the chat here. Join our Discord and make a post here and improve my game. That's kind of how it works. So yeah, also I do have the big streamer headphones as well, but I don't know, I think it looks so dumb. Good morning, Carrie. I mean, morning for you, good evening for me. I'm gonna actually have to take a look at the thumbnail of today's thing, because I actually planned to do this stream on Wednesday, but then it didn't happen. So I know there were 3 things. I think it was this one I was going to take a look at. Let me quickly just hop in on my other YouTube account to take a look. So we're going to look at this capsule. Then there was the Delirium store page. That's this one. And then the third one was indeed the bubblegum, what looks bad and all of that. So we're going to start with those first, I think. Oh, but it's a trailer review. I'm not going to do the full trailer review, but I did see this itch.io page, and I was kind of impressed by how crazy you can go with like itch.io pages, to be honest. I don't know. This is not the standard itch.io page, I feel. Let me actually reduce my audio a little bit. If you do want to do an itch.io page, I feel like if you have this much content at this point, you may almost, it's almost like the classic GeoCity page. Yeah, like all these GIFs are really solid. Jump dump. Like, does this even, I don't think this have a Steam page, but like this is something where I would confidently put this on a Steam page probably, because you have a demo and everything. Let me actually do a quick check. Just, it was called Bubblegum Gun. Okay, no, so just on itch stage, but like all of this, I do really enjoy the banners, all of that. They had a trailer. I'll take a very quick look at it. And it's a minute and 25. Let's see, volume isn't too loud. Okay, so it's a parkour game. Okay. Very quick. Okay, it took you 10 seconds to get to the first transition. That's a bit too long. I do like the general thing. I don't know what it is. Your resolution, it looks like it's like this is a 1080p. I think it's like your shading. Wouldn't surprise me if this is a Godot game, to be honest. It looks 360p. That is like the one thing that when I saw this trailer originally, I kind of like it's very low res. And I don't know if that's really on purpose or if it's ideal. It's like, it's pretty cool. Your shots are pretty long. This was too much UI probably. I think generally what I would do is just faster paced music and faster, like a little bit snappier. Because like you have these slow-mo shots. We've done 6 shots in 37 seconds. So I would probably, yeah, this music is almost silent. I would do those things as well. I think this is more of the same. Yeah, music stays the same. Question is, what's the call to action, guys? Let's take a look. We kick him. Bubble gun guns. Yeah, it's okay. It's not the best. Why is your text so horribly like stretched out as well? The Godot hate is real. Trayson, always happy to have you in here in chat as well. And Benjamin, hello to you as well. Hey man, I hope the week treats you well. Why do you not sleep, my dude? Do Australians just not sleep because they're like upside down? Their sleeping schedule is also upside down or something. But I think overall, like if they press this button, does it actually download? What does it do? Oh, okay. This button just goes to the itch.io page. They don't need nap time down under. Because I feel like the GIFs almost sell the game more than the trailer. Because the trailer is kind of slow. I would still be like, I'm not appreciating how many more streams to the 30th. Probably this is going to be the only one. I don't have a good idea for tomorrow. Bonjour from France. No. Bonjour de France. J'ai fini mon travail. I don't know. Juste ended the work. Yeah. This page reminds me of MySpace. Hello, Termil as well. So, yeah. I think it's pretty nice overall. Yosuke, the French people are represented as well. I don't know. Did he have anything else that he wanted to ask? Check out the H.io page and tell you what's wrong. What's wrong is that there's no Steam page probably. Oh, I love this. I love how beautiful this is. Jesus Christ, it's 5 gigabytes? Damn. Okay, no way it's a Godot game. I retract my statements. I don't think I've seen a Godot game over like 1 gigabyte ever. Most of the time it's like 100 megabytes. Yeah, big boy demo indeed. Maybe it's Unreal. Wouldn't surprise me anymore. But yeah, I think keep doing what you're doing because you got the style and it works, I think. The main question is, why does everything look so goddamn low res? That was the biggest thing when I was looking at the Steam page a little bit in advance for like getting the screenshot for the thumbnail. I was like, is it just me and my eyes? Like, did I not update them? So yeah. Cosmic Cosmonaut is 1.5 gigs unpacked, 400 zips, yeah. Oh, hi, indie game clinic as well. Big file, make game good, yeah. I don't know about that one. But yeah. That is not what I want to open. All right. So this is one we looked at last time. There's an update, apparently. I don't know if we'll get to that. Capsule feedback. I think this is going to be a pretty nice and quick one. Let's open Photoshop as well whilst we're here. Because I don't really hate anything specifically. Maybe just as an FYI. Oh, I should not do this. Ooh. Let me see if I can find it. God damn it. Steam here. So Steam, this is the weekly Steam roundup. Can I please Outlook let me resize? Thank you very much. Steam just This is cursed. Okay. Earlier this year, they announced like, hey, we're increasing everything. Like in August, we covered it on a byte stream. All store assets have to be 2x the resolution. So at this point, this should be like 960 pixels or something. 616. This is. I think you're going to have to double your resolution if this is your actual capsule. I think it has to be double now, as per Valve's email. Steam now only accepts. This was done 2 days ago. So. I think now it's 920 by 430 or something. It's not 600, like it's because this is an uneven number as well. 353. Steam capsule. Oh goddamn! Steam graphical assets. Let's just go and take a look at the documentation quickly. I think they accept it, not require it. They don't accept it since 2 days ago normally. So this was like the transition period. Yeah, so this is now, what is this? 706. Okay, so this is the main capsule. Because in my Photoshop, I'm in the way. This is a resolution of, you can see it here, 616 by 353, the one that was uploaded. And you're probably going to have to just 2x scale it. Now, the thing is, 2x scaling is probably easy, but that is an FYI. This is in effect now. Steam only accepts uploads of the... Steam only accepts uploads. I feel like they would also verify it with the approval. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Generally, go for higher resolutions because honestly, some of them, like especially the small capsule and things like that, are miserably small. And it's like, what are we doing here? It's like 120 pixels, which is not enough. And there's apparently a preview tool as well, although I haven't looked at that. So with this capsule, I wish I could do like, the cool pirate software thing or whatever. I mean, do people still care about him? Or I have like my little graphic tablet and I can do like the lines or like draw. I do generally like this capsule. This black part here, this is like where you have your demo. So this is covered up anyway. Oh God, it's too big, whatever. Doesn't matter. If your game is low res art style, you've got faces. I would almost even dare. It seems like these are pasted in and shadowed later on. They feel like they're not cohesive. That's fine. I would almost dare making them even bigger. Especially this character, because this one is like in focus, so to say. Like this is very vibrant skin, whilst this one is more dark. And I feel like, this is part of like underneath the logo. I would go as far as to just even scale the logo up more. Make it like something bigger even, maybe a little bit lower. Put it something like here. And then let's just do a quick lasso. Oh God, this is, how big would I make this? Probably also like almost have her feet. I would even do something like this maybe, because it's like the grippers are probably not going to be the main selling point of this game, right? I think a capsule like this shows it a bit more. Love this art style. I think it's very much classic WoW inspired. I would probably lean into like just this single main character more a little bit. And have the logo a bit bigger. But I think otherwise, this is a really good capsule. Like I think you could not change anything that I talked about now, and it would be fine. Yeah, people want grippers, but you're not showing grippers anyway on this one. If you had grippers, then definitely it could make sense, but there's no real grippers here. But otherwise, I think this capsule gets a pretty good approval from me. You've got your characters, you've got all of that. I think it's pretty decent composition. Probably move this down, make it a bit bigger, and that is it. Hello Midnight as well. So I would go for that. And then, yeah, double check your resolution. Probably you want to go higher. Just, why not? It's a lot better than mine. I think yours was pretty ass, no? I'm sorry, we'll get to your game in a second. Oh, is it still called Delirium? Or is it Delirium? No, Delirium. I feel like you have a store page URL. Where was it? You had a chair somewhere here, no? Here, yeah. Are you gonna keep this name? Because, god damn it, can I even find your game? Oh, it's this? No. Oh, you changed it. Okay. Okay, so it's this second one, and then the demo is here. I mean, if the competition is this, and this looks like generic horror game, and then this as well. Okay, there's so many Delirium. It's Delirium. Yeah. Deck of Delirium, My Dear Delirium, Ascension Delirium, Heroes Delirium. To be announced. What is this game? I'm just curious. Man. And people said Magical Girl Guardians looked bad. I shouldn't say this. I'm sorry. What were you asking in your thing? Create a new trailer, capsule, screenshots, and text for my upcoming psychological horror game, Delirium. Appreciate any feedback. Hot take, I don't like this capsule as much. Guess, okay. Let's dive into it. There's this great site called Steam Poacher. If you ever want to rip capsule art. Oh, fuck. It does break occasionally. But let's just throw it in to the Photoshop again, and I'll go on SteamDB for the small capsule in the meantime. Because I think the small capsule especially has some visibility issues. Because the I and the R, you already see it, basically they disappear. There's zero contrast. Yeah, these are still the old resolution, but it's like, whatever. Why is there so much white space here, for example? Is this on your store page? Oh, well, let me quickly copy paste the small capsule as well. New from clipboard. Like you see the contrast. How do I move this again? Like here, like between the head of whatever this is and the R, it's basically, it flows into each other. And I think especially if you look at it from afar, I can see Del and I can see Eum, but that middle part is just gone for me. That Delirium, I don't know, maybe that's like the new grocery store simulator. It's like a Boston deli. Could work as well, of course, but probably not what you were going for. And then, okay, the right Delirium. Why the white space is, I guess, a question, because I feel like I could just as well do this. And then, yeah, okay, sure. The name is a bit weirder. But, like, I guess the focus should be the head of whatever this is supposed to be, and then the logo. And you've got so much white here that I don't know if you want... Yeah, I feel like you want to have it be an artifact. It's not a Polaroid. It makes me think more of like a VHS artifact. And definitely there's like this top scan line maybe that is set to do it as well. But I'm not a big fan of it, honestly. And I think... Let me take a look in your history. If we look at the old one. No, this is the new one. Come on. Because you had an older logo here. This is the old capsule art. Was the blue? Definitely also wasn't perfect. This is library. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. Can you look at my history? I can. You can look at any game's history when things get uploaded. Guess... Oh, here you did do the double resolution. Like, this was by no means a good capsule either. Like, why was your text so miserably small, my dude? But you had this thing here. Wait, where was it? The library logo. I think I can just rip that one, actually. Fine, I'll take this. Oh, this is very generic logo at the end of the day. It's like I could probably just take this. I think the blue had something going for it, is kind of what I'm going towards like the blue eye. Or almost some, okay, this is also kind of ass. Like, you're not giving me a lot of great things to work with, I guess. Yeah, no, this is also not good. But I also don't, it's better than, no, this is better still. It looks better though. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I think definitely the white serves no purpose here. I think this 5 is okay. The colors is also just, don't we want the monster in the capsule? Yeah, we got the monster here. The thing is, when you say don't we want the monster in the capsule, you have to look at the store page. There's this big eye on like one of the first screenshots. And that makes me feel like the eye has something to do as well. There's different approaches. It's like, should a chair, an empty chair in your room be the first screenshot? Depends. I thought as the hero character, I strongly hope that I'm not playing as the hero if I look like, what is it, the Voldemort meme? But it's, yeah, the yellowness, it's definitely an issue here. Wait. Let's see if I can, I'm going to try and actually get a good version of it. Get the logo. Oh, okay, let me just copy it again. Get rid of both of these. I always forget, is it higher or lower tolerance? It's lower, perfect. Oh, I should just select color. Color range, black. Okay, yoink. So now we have our text. Now we have the small capsule. Do you have, let me take a look at Steam DB again. Library hero is just this one, unfortunately. Oh no, that's the old one. This is the new one. Ah, too bad. Good evening. I pasted the library logo in Discord. Oh, I kind of want the other thing, the background with the child, whatever it may be. Because I thought that maybe you would have just, that's what I usually do. I use that as my library hero. But sure, I'll pull in this logo as well, because it's probably going to be cleaner. Because this is, it's kind of generic. Oh yeah, because I need to download it, because Photoshop, like by default, when I import transparent files, it doesn't do it. Let's say graphical assets. So this is our small capsule, because I think the small capsule is your worst offender. 462 by 174. 462 by 174. Like, this is already double the resolution and it's still tiny. Aha, perfect. So we have the source images. So how would I spooky fix this? Let's do a live. Okay, get rid of the, why is there so much black and, okay, well, there's no winning. The problem is also that technically most of the, so Steam is really annoying with how it does these small capsules. What a lot of people often do is they just submit a shitty one, because by default, what let's say we would make this. Let me just grab the logo again. If I were to just do like, okay, this is too big probably. If I were to submit this to Steam, let's say, they would decline it because it like overlaps with here in the corner, like their demo thing. And they're like, oh no, we can't read it, and you have to resubmit it. That's only with the initial one. So I know of a lot of people who kind of have a shitty version, and then they just move it after it's already been approved by Steam, because then it's fine. I was going to download the logo. So the thing is, if I actually download it and I save it, then the transparency works. It's only when you copy paste that it doesn't for some reason. Okay, but it's definitely more crisp. Why is the legibility is so much better, I feel, between this. Let me get rid of. So this is what we started from. This is the one we're working on now. No, this is not the one we're working on now. I'm gonna get rid of this. This is the one. Okay, let me view all on 200%. Let me center it. What happened? Why is 322%? Oh yeah, I'm double resolution. Like because one thing that I was probably planning on doing next, especially with that beginning here, is what I often do is you just do a subtle black gradient, like circle thingy, gradient logo, fill that thing. And then you put it on like 10, 20% or something, just so it's a bit more, that's just like an easy way to make things a little bit more contrasty. I think because the background has, so I have the text over the filter. I think that's probably what you're going to want to do then, because the logo already has a little bit of shadow. That's like an alternative. Yeah, I think that is fine. Because here you can actually see Delirium if I make it tiny. And it's like, sure, I don't see anything else. But this is much nicer, I would say, for readability. Because here, it almost looks like a P to me. Or like an R. But like these two definitely merge together for me. Delirium. So yeah, I'll be taking my 50% royalty payment now. Thank you very much. Let's take a look. Was there other stuff? Oh yeah, he wanted the rest of the Steam page, I think, as well. So we'll take a look at that in a second. Talking about the trailer, sound. Yeah, I remember sound was important for you. I think otherwise capsules are fine. Like I said, where's Delirium? I would probably just zoom in a little bit. I think we can do the same thing for the main capsule, actually, now that we're here anyway. Let's just copy paste all of them. Then we'll take the logo, probably put it like this. I think something like this could work pretty nicely as well, but we could even do it then, but I don't think it's needed because contrast is so high. If there was a case of, hey, contrast isn't high enough, once again, you come on in, you pull in the gradient upwards, put the opacity on like 20%, and then the rib cage, the tiny baby rib cage, isn't as big anymore. Got that. Oh, stop annoying me. Thank you very much. So I think something like this. Hello, Windows. Please stop going to the room. Okay, this may be super nitpicky, but your L annoys me, actually. Hold on. Rasterize. It's too long, I feel, in comparison to the rest of your text. Like, your E is pretty long as well, but there I can live with it. Am I going crazy, guys? Am I becoming delirious, or is this L better? I felt like the other one had like too much white space in like this area between, because the I also has like this carving in here, and then we have this big opening from the L as well. Check the distance. Yeah, the thing is with the I, it's like the U, it's up here, but it's like because there's nothing here, I think. It's not a monospace font. Yeah, definitely you can see that here. I don't think it has to be a monospace font, but I think the L was like over the top. There's no way this is a monospace font. Wait, because if let me just draw a line. The length of the E. This is the E. The E goes way over the I. Or maybe actually, is it monospace? The U is even longer. It's just that the I doesn't, yeah, maybe it is. VCR OSD mono. It looks weird. Honestly, this doesn't matter. How is the composition? Yeah, I would probably zoom in and then put it over the rib cage, because the alternative would be, yeah, then it's too zoomed. I think having text up top, this could work. I think actually, then we basically have what you were going for as well. But then we have the problem here that Steam may not like it if there's the banner up top. Now all the letters are spaced out except D and Yeah, I think it's more of an I thing. And then I'm not talking about me, I thing, but like just the way that it displays the eyes. Honestly, guys, this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. I've warned people who won't like it. Yeah, I saw you were mentioning the playtime. We'll dive into that in a second. I wouldn't do that. So I think get rid of this needless white and black, probably. Delirium is a psychological horror game set in a suburban house. After a mysterious explosion, reality begins to unravel. Sounds pretty all right. Oh, you're not localizing your store page. Please, you still have 5 weeks. Throw it to 01 or something. Delirium is a first-person horror walking game with a focus on building tension. The game takes approximately 30 to 45 minutes to complete. How long is the demo then compared to the full game? DeepSeek R1. Well, if you're planning on doing it, Kex, then already check the boxes. Even if the game, because there's still a difference. Your demo doesn't need to have the same languages listed on here. That only matters, I think, if you want to have a separate demo download page, which I don't think you have. Because I don't think you could leave reviews. No, it just, or, yeah, no user reviews. It's just because the game isn't out yet. So, yeah, features. Suburban house that reacts to your every move, watch analog horror-style TV broadcasts, solve light puzzles. It's not narratively complex. It's more like a terrifying carnival ride. Okay, so I guess this is what you mean with scare off. If that's what you're looking for, then it's the right place. The thing is, gooder than you. That's how Steam works. You just update it later. And it depends if you have the demo, if it's a separate download page, then you need to have the languages, but they don't require that from last time. Yeah, because we had the Forge Industry demo and it wasn't localized either. And that was before the dedicated page. If you do dedicated pages, you can have dedicated settings of these are the languages. If you have a demo and it's on the main store page, then there's not the expectation that the demo 100% matches. However, if you go and look at, like, for example, a Tiny Glade, they'll be localized, right? The Tiny Glade demo, they were a bad example, I remember. New and noteworthy, whatever. Something like down here. There should be like a trending free. Escape from Duck-Off. Give me something that probably has like a publisher or something behind it. Like here, this is a dedicated, because it's a demo, they have 3 dedicated languages, and then probably if I were to go to the full game page, they're gonna have more, yeah, they have more languages, see? So this is if you have different store pages. So that is definitely one thing as well to keep in mind. If you have no dedicated demo thing, then just give everything you want to have in the full game. What languages do I recommend? So let's take a... Top of my head. English. Wow, why is this so hard to think about? English, Latin American Spanish, Latin American Portuguese, or like Portuguese Brazilian, Japanese, Chinese, Russian if you can. I think those are your big ones. And then depending on genre, I would, in your case, definitely go for a Russian as well. I think Russian has a pretty good vibe as well. Let's take a look, actually. Delirium. What would be like a mouth-washing? You can do more languages, of course, like a Korean. Let's take a look at what you can do is here. Because Russian is generally one of the top performers in regional. Can't I have a better breakdown? Apparently not. I think they don't have enough data. Russian is a pretty good language for horror. There's a lot of Latin American YouTubers as well. Indonesia. The thing is, Indonesia is a giant game, and we once again also localized to Indonesian, and I think that definitely was worth it. What else do we have? Oh, German. I don't know. The thing is, German and French are always pretty big and like wealthy audiences, but I don't know if French. I'm sorry, French people watching, is worth it. Forget about Dutch. We only did it because I speak Dutch. I don't think anyone has ever played that game in Dutch. So do Japanese, do Portuguese Brazil, do simplified Chinese. Turkish is one that I had hoped would have better response, because you have these weird games like Tavern Master, for example. Games that on the first page look like these should not perform this well, and then it's like dominating in Turkey, for example, for some reason. So we're like, okay, we won't sleep on Turkey. We did some Turkish outreach as well, but it didn't end up going well. Spanish, Spain, Latin America is close enough. Ukrainian was because we had a viewer, but I don't think really matters right now. Korean can definitely be worth it. Thai, as far as I can tell, wasn't worth it. Once again, we had a viewer for it. And then Russian, I hope. We only added this last week here. Added Russian on the 19th. So the jury is still out on that. But right now, it hasn't done much. But I definitely go for English. Go for German, Japanese, Portuguese Brazil, simplified Chinese, and a Spanish Latin America. And then optionally Korean. And, oh, we don't have Indonesian. Oh, it was something I wanted to do, but we haven't gotten the final localizations for, I realize. Yeah, do Indonesian, I think, if you can, as well. The thing is, if you're doing AI, the cost per language is lower. Germans speak English. Russians are good at piracy. Russians are still good at buying games as well. And Germans speak English is a bad take. Because you clearly have not gone to Germany, ever. Holy fuck. Nobody speaks English. Can I just say that? This is my rant. You go to Gamescom. Biggest gaming event in the world, right? 300,000 people visit Gamescom. Like, I think it's bigger than GDC. You think anyone speaks English? Nope. German only. German only. You wanna ask questions where to go? Fuck off. You don't speak German. How is it possible? I have no idea how a high-functioning or supposedly high-functioning society... I mean, I know why, because they watch all of their media dubbed and all of that. They understand English, though. It's miserable. Maybe some people, but a lot of them don't. I would not assume... There's a reason also that people are like, if you're making an automation game or a strategy game... always localized to German, because German people really still wanna like German top country still, and most of these people are playing in German. I can tell you that. So do not expect the Germans to speak English. And Russians do piracy. Not all Russians. Also, you're gonna get pirated by everyone anyway. You're not going to get around that. Yeah, German girlfriend here. Many Germans have trouble with English, especially outside cities. Yeah, stuff. It's not great. So they speak Welsh or Doric. Yeah, why people assume. Like, I definitely do get, if you go to like a Scandinavia and you're talking to people who are under 50 years old, everyone knows English. You're correct. And I think to a certain degree, Belgium and Netherlands as well. But the moment you go more south than that, the moment you go to a Germany, the moment you go to a France, God forbid a French person has to speak anything else than French, or like also a Spain, they do not assume they speak English. I don't think you need to localize for every language ever, but Stream's auto price localization is actually pretty good now. They did an update, I think, 4 or 5 months ago. I never addressed this, but it does seem to be more spot on. I still like to go in and do like some very slight tweaks, but nothing crazy anymore. It used to be very far off. Now it's pretty solid. Russians have lower pricing on Steam. As far as I remember, most Russians can't pay on Steam anymore. Like, there's VPNs and whatever, but it's complicated. Yeah, purchase capacity indeed. And there was like another one, I think, not Vietnam, like Sri Lanka. Like Steam was down in Sri Lanka for like a while as well. Yeah, 25 and under, like the younger generation definitely knows English, but when you're making games, do not assume that everyone speaks English in Europe. Dutch love simulation? I don't know if Dutch... The thing is, Dutch people, I think they do not need like Dutch localization. Because we had that... Okay, it's a very small sample size for Fortune 3. Actually, no. We did offer it when we went to... So we went to Gameforce, which is like a physical conference, both in the Netherlands and Belgium, and we had localized the game in Dutch, French, German, and English at that point. And we had set up like our demo was like a special build, and like first thing you did was you clicked one of the 4 buttons of language. Most people, especially in the Netherlands, I do remember this because I made a comment about it to William and Jamie and Thomas, was that, hey, everyone's going for Dutch. What's wrong with them? But I think for Dutch, at least, you don't need to force yourself to be like, oh, I have to add Dutch localization. Because at least in my opinion, it's kind of weird. German, on the other hand, you have to have localization. I'm from Poland. We have the second most expensive games in Europe. Expensive, I mean? Guess how much we earn. Isn't this like the Polish meme of like the Polish people are the rich people of like Eastern Europe at this point? Do you get people to verify the AI translation? Yeah, generally I do. Yeah, I mean most of the ones for UPT we did afterwards was crowdsourced with our audience. And then the other ones, like the Japanese ones, I got verified. Chinese, I got verified. Dutch, I did myself. French, I did myself because I speak it a little bit. It's the Czechs. I don't know. I once saw like one of those Wojak memes. So, yeah. Wait, I saw... What do you think of making games in Java? I don't know. Why don't you just use a real engine? Hot take. Yeah, I know this meme, but not one of the people assume. Yeah. Everyone is like, I know the meme. Look, I don't know, guys. I just said something. Is this how we're going to get cancelled? Marix makes offensive joke. Because Poland is like our third biggest audience or something. It's top 5 at least. So, yeah. We were talking about your store page. God damn it, this was a lot of... Doesn't Unity support Java? What? No. It's C#. Maybe Unity 5 or something. Unity 3D did it, but not anytime recent. So yeah, check the boxes. I think you made it sound more dramatic of how you were trying to shoo away people. But I think it's fine. Features... I don't know if Suburban House counts as a feature. Probably something that you would put in here is like controller support. I would go for add controller support. I think it's... You're making a walking sim at the end of the day, right? I think controller support is always a nice thing to add as well. And I generally do put that in there as well. High quality 3D audio definitely is fine. I think no cheap jump scares. I would put it at the top. I think that is a bit better to do. Also, people, I'm going to make this smaller because indeed, actually, give me a second, guys. It should be less like sticking out to the side, but it can be longer. Yeah, move like to the top of the feature list. I think suburban house is like cool. I feel like this is more of a turn off because you just got the suburban house asset from the Unity or Unreal Asset Store, basically. This game is into its finding scenarios that may disturb some players. That's fine. I think otherwise it's fine. March 3rd. You're gonna participate in the Visual Novel Fest. Yeah. You said don't put playtime. The thing is, I would put playtime maybe at the bottom. I think that's what Exit 8 does as well. But I don't know if I would lead with it. Yeah, here they have like a special thing. I think it doesn't matter too much. N4PA. Not for broadcast? I don't know. Like, it is definitely a thing that people do. I think it doesn't really matter too much, honestly. No, here, N4PA. Oh, he did welcome to Kowloon. Oh yeah, average time to come to the game is 50 minutes. I think it's fine. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be like the end of your game. Like, people are going to look at them and be like, oh no, never mind, I'm not going to play it. Huh, full controller support, but no Steam Deck compatibility. What languages do they have? English, French, German, Spanish, Spain. Yeah, Spanish. Thing is, Spanish, Spain, and Spanish, Latin America often is like close enough. Simplified Chinese, Russian, traditional Chinese. I mean, makes sense when you're making a game about Kowloon that you want to add Cantonese in here, Korean. So yeah, I think this is the same stack that I would go for, and then add Portuguese as well. So yeah, I think that wraps up this one. Yeah, so that is fine. Okay, help improve my Steam page. Just welcome to another Steam page support thing, I guess. Let's take another look. A song in Elyel Nalore. Okay, issue number 1. Wait, isn't there like one of those contrast comparison contrast value, find contrast score, contrast checker? So what we can do is we can throw this in Photoshop. Skip this one. Because we can already see like readability, especially at the bottom part, I would guess is not great. Guess like, what is this other color? It's like some greenish. What does it say? Does it give us a good score? It's not optimal. I guess it's all right. I think it's also the complexity and the font as well, where I have no idea, honestly, what this letter is supposed to be. Like, it's an N, I guess. But this is a very stylized S. Like, the A, S, I is fine. The E, maybe, but then also keep in mind I am English native, so it's easier for me to recognize this. Someone who doesn't speak English as their first language may definitely run into some struggles with this. And this, my first thought would be that it's an A. Like, you get me? Wait, let me change this to more of a white. Like, you know, it goes like A, and then like a fancy little extra thing, but that's not the case here. I can't read the second line. Yeah, indeed, the second line is really rough. Maybe too much going on, indeed. I think the color choice is weird as well. The entire rainbow. Okay. Because then the sword goes purple. I feel like there's a rainbow overlay almost, where, you know, it's like the circle gradient, but it's the whole ass rainbow. I think actually, is this like a whole thing I can do? Is there like a rainbow? Not really, but this is how it feels like they did and it's too much, basically. I'm going to get rid of what's my eraser? That's not my eraser. I'm still learning these shortcuts 10 years after having used for the first time. Oh, that's the background. Oops. Oh, well, I think I can just copy it again. Shut up. E for eraser, that's what I thought, right? But it just opens my edit window. Oh no, now it doesn't. It did earlier. Okay, whatever. I don't know how I did that. The red is too bright on the screen. Yeah, like these peaks are too bright. How would I fix this? Get rid of all the green shit, I think, is step one. And have it be a normal background. If you want to have purple hair and like the purple colors, I think that's fine. But the green is too much, I would say. And like similar here with this little blue corner, that's fine. Logo has to go, different fonts. Still stylized is possible, but not this. I think... what would be a song in Elyel Nalore? I think the font we used for Forge Industry was called... I don't have it installed anymore. But you want to go for something else, probably. Yeah, not like... play around with it more, I guess. But this is, especially that bottom line, is an issue. I would probably... one thing you can do as well is they don't have to be same text sized. I would actually... no, I would instead... because you have all of these complexities, I would even there make the bottom even bigger. Let's just do a quick roundup. And have it take up like this much space almost. And then, yeah, you'll do the composition, but make it much bigger. And then I think what I can honestly do... okay, we're gonna be pushing the limits of Photoshop here. How much content aware can I remove this background? Why can I not do content aware fill? Because I don't have it selected. Apply. Close enough. Then we would just move. This, get rid of it. Oh, that's the wrong one. This one. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It needs to be bigger. I'm fucking up too much here. Why is this so much pain? Make it like this. Didn't I content aware fill it? Oh, well, this is miserable. Make it bigger, please. And get rid of the green and get rid of this line. And change the color to maybe a less painful red. Itch has an easy to read medieval font that works. Yeah, probably Itch has a bunch of fonts. Maybe make it grayscale. I wouldn't cover the dagger. Yeah, I wouldn't do it either, but... oh, you mean this? Actually, I think that's fine. I don't know. Or you could do something where the dagger is like a little bit more rotated upwards. But I know it's not that easy. You play as Christine, a hired sword who has taken on a mysterious job from the guild. Fight monsters and level up to gain new skills. Or perhaps find secret orbs to increase your maximum power. Enjoy beautiful pixel art as you run, jump, and discover all the mysteries of Elyel Nalore. Oh, it starts with story. No. Don't start with story. Where it's... If you want to write books, write books. There's not even a visual novel tag. There's not even 20 tags on this. There's no visual novel tag on this. You start with story. I feel like this makes me think that there's a visual novel aspect to it. But I don't... What is the game? All of this probably can be called. My contact for the job was a woman in Rihanna. You're selling a store page here. A store page is not your game. And I think those are two different things to keep in mind. Song Elyel Nalore is a 2D Metroidvania with RPG platforms. This is good. Defeating enemies gains experience points. I feel like that doesn't need to be stated. Your HP and other stats will increase every time you level up. I feel like this is also redundant. There are also secret orbs scattered around Elyel Nalore. Each orb can give you benefits in difficult combos. This is very generic, but okay. Game. Oh yeah, by the way, the game also has platforming and puzzle. This is how it reads. Why is everything also double spaced? This makes me cry. Time your jumps carefully, or you could face fall damage. Like, I would just say, oh, you could die, or like, make this more interesting. This is basic. Push blocks, explore every nook and cranny to try and uncover the secrets, try your hardest and get a 100% completion rate. I think this is something about the Metroidvania thing. You don't play the game just to complete it. That's not the only reason, where you just get a game because you can 100% it. You bet the game, it's fun, and then you 100% it. And I think this also, I feel like this entire text needs to go. This entire text needs to be rewritten. This sentence can stay, I guess, if you want. We need some GIFs because, okay, we do have a trailer. 2 minutes. Oh. Oh, you have... Wait, let me stop my music. And let me make this a bit louder. Because you guys need to hear this as well. There's... So, I'm going to do something that I have never done before, I think. For this developer, I'm going to recommend you not to watch a Bite Me Games video. Oh, fuck. Also not a Thomas Stewart video, but a Thomas Brush one instead. Oh, I know. Crazy. Here, this one. The Let's Review Your Games, where he covers Tethergeist and another game called Mizuki and the Crimson Moon. This game. Because I think there's a lot you can learn from this game. I know. I'm not... where, once again, you had this similar issue with the trailer. There is no impact anywhere. You just have silent gameplay. I'm not going to play these games, Egoos. And what he does really well here, in that second part, is he's like, we are just going to add sound effects, and the game feels so much better. Watch the second half of the stream. It talks so much about how to make your game sound better, how to add like that punch, that impact, those grunts, layering sound effects. He gave enemy sound effects, he gave weapon sound effects, when you take damage there's sound effects, all of those things. Because right now, this game is not gonna perform well in any world. Will you check out Delirium's new trailer? Maybe. But the thing is, I wasn't planning on making like a dedicated trailer thing. This is just like a quick look, I guess. Hi, Cheat Lemon as well. Because like, once again, There's no impacts, there's no nothing, there's no sounds, there's no jump effects, there's no, yeah, whatever. Your shots are very long. They're dead silent. They don't really sell me on anything. I feel like the music is even just like a loop that's repeating. You've got one of the orbs. Are you going to show what you're going to use it for? No, we're just going to have a 5-second cut where you run and then have a very lame fight. Don't do your pause menu with your controls. Oh. Don't show your title screen in the... Okay, don't do that. Can't hear any music at all. I'll put it louder for a second. You should be able to hear it now. And notice how it feels so empty because there's no sound effects at all. I'll make it louder even. It's like, yeah. This is a game that I, as a Bite Me Games gamer, I don't know, biter, I can't recommend making this. The only reason you would make this game is because you're in this 100% for hobby and you just want to learn something. It's going to sell. It's going to be hard to sell. And I'm going to be honest, this is not exceptional pixel art. This is not anywhere near that. Game vibe is not visible as well. I mean, you have the hair, purple hair, purple hair, purple hair. Like, I see what they were going with. I think this is someone who had the idea for the world and the story first. And then was like, okay, I'm going to make a game for it. But I think this but I think this should just stay a story or something. And if you do want to, like, this art is pretty all right. This, on the other hand, is not as all right. I feel like if you want to go for this, I think pivoting to a visual novel is honestly, it's better than Songs of Everjade, though. I disagree with you on that one, Trayson. I mean, I disagree with you on a lot of stuff, but I think definitely on that one, I'm calling cap on that. You look at this screenshot and call it better than Songs of Everjade. I'm not changing my mind on that one. On this art, absolutely, but not on the pixel art. The pixel art definitely is not gonna be it. Okay, of course you don't have more languages, but if it's a story-based game, it's like, okay. Q3. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. A song in... Maybe it's just that songs, like games with song in, song off, are just doomed. Maybe there's a thing in there. So yeah, this has to be one of the lowest numbers I've ever seen. 24. America Got Talent. No. Songs of Conquest. Yeah, I know Songs of Conquest sold well, but I don't know. It's just funny because animation seems laggy. I didn't notice that. It just feels empty. I guess it's also just the fact of how many frames do you have. For Songs of Everjade, most of our animations we had like an 8 FPS that we were working on. This is not 8 FPS. I think this is lower as well. And that's, once again, pixel art is one of those deceiving things because it's like, oh, I'll make some pixel art. It's gonna be easy. It's not. It's really not. Yeah, this developer indeed seems to have the passion that seems, and it seems to be a game, if you start your store page, with the full-on story, then you shouldn't be making a platformer. You should be making a genre like a JRPG probably, or I think if you, because you have these art skills, making a visual novel. If this is the art that you can do, similar with the capsule, I think you're going to be fine visual novel wise, and you can dive in deeper in that. Okay, you look back at, yeah, you're right, Marnix. It looked better for a sec, but then I just went back and looked at Cyberjade. Yeah, there's, I mean, also it's different because top down versus side profile and whatever. This ain't fully achieved, is what it comes down to, I would say. My OBS says it's disconnected. Oh, we're back. This is not pixel art, my dear Construct Games. I'm sorry to break it to you. This is different. Yeah. Get more tags, but that's like, it's like telling someone who has been shot twice in the spleen that, oh, take an aspirin and remember to do yoga. It's like, yeah, technically it helps, but it's not really something helpful, I think, is how it explains. Like these are games that are harder for me to do because Thomas Brush, bless his heart, honestly, I could not have the 40 or 50 minutes or whatever that he did on actually giving constructive, really good feedback on like how the game feels and all of that. I'm just like, GG, no re, better luck next time. But maybe that's a me problem. I'm sorry, dear developer. I think all they need to add is a lot, and that's, don't aspirin. I don't know, guys. But yeah. Wouldn't help. Do yoga then when you have a spleen or something. I don't know. But yeah. They got some more things as well. Localization, but it's like, I'm not sure if localization is the thing here. Yes, that's the thing as well. People come to bite me because we are the soulless game devs, almost. Okay, that sounds also weird maybe, but we, how do I say it? We don't have as much passion for making our 7-year-long dream games. And this is definitely one of those 7-year-long dream games. We're trying to run a studio and make a profit here. And if you as a developer are making this game and planning on making a profit from this, there is no universe where this is going to end up being successful in a short enough period of time and it works. There are other channels that are more on the artistic side. This is something that I know we fight with the Belgian, like the rest of the Belgian ecosystem as well, because we maybe are like, we still make good games, I think, but it's not where every game I make has to feel like, you know, a mind orgasmic experience where you play Unicycle Pizza Time and it talks about dealing with trauma and grief and deep stories and things like that. No, it's entertaining. We get rewarded with money and we can get making games. And that's our idea. That's what the Bite Me philosophy is. That's kind of what I've been talking about on our videos. People who don't like that, well, who say like, oh, you shouldn't market your game, just make good game. They don't agree with that philosophy, and that's fine. But if you submit your store page to me to look at, then definitely zoom in a bit like, in the screenshots. Oh, I kind of didn't want to, because here. Do I have Sprite installed? No, not on this PC yet. Because then it's like, okay, there's definitely some compression going on. But like the characters look weird, no? And also, I don't know how visible this is. I'm pretty sure they're using like different scaling and it's like squished. So even from a pure pixel art approach, I'm not sure if every pixel is like the same resolution, whatever. You're pulling off a high res pixel art as well, which is hard. I would hazard that maybe, yeah. First screenshot has some baffling sprite placement. What's the first one? I think it's fine. but it's like the characters don't really fit. Like, is there shadow? I don't think there's shadow, for example. Looks better zoomed in. I think overall pixel art games and like platformers do look better when, you know, it's not like you have half empty down here and then so much empty space up top as well. I think always if you can zoom in more and then have like an offset and have it be more like this, it's going to look better. But most people just have the idea of I put player in middle and then zoom out. This is something that we've seen in a lot of other games. Generally, like this, the ground, hide as much of this as you can. It's not pretty. The sky is pretty because the sky is like more broken up and all of that. So like something like this as a screenshot, it's much nicer than the fully zoomed out one where suddenly half of it is just gray. And that's something I would keep in mind as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep my rant for this game to that. I'm sorry. And you're a new user as well. I hope I'm not... Last time I did a talk like this, the guy from the game, he just left the Discord, deleted the post, and then disappeared from the face of the earth, which also, you know, isn't my goal. But yeah, I'm not going to do demos for this one. Let's just keep the store page going. So we looked at the capsule before. So this is definitely inspired by, for reference, a Chilla's art closing shift, for example. Oh, is Rebirth available? This is the first time you can play Final Fantasy on PC, no? Oh, I don't have time, though. I think it's definitely inspired by games like Closing Shift, where it's like, oh, you're a Starbucks worker, and then things go wrong. This is definitely leaning more into the PS6 style, I guess. Hey Marlies, how do I force people against their will to develop games with me for no pay? Where are you from, awesome boss? What's your country? I may have some suggestions. Okay, screenshots look fine. USA. Okay, so you go to your closest gun store and you buy a scary looking gun. And then you just go to people, politely ask them whilst showing your gun to come with you to your game dev room, and then ask them to develop a game for you. Slavery is... Can't wait for Queso to play speedrun jail time. It's only illegal if you get caught, right? It's only legal if you get caught, right? You have to do it in Canada because devs here is... Yeah, maybe. Okay, I hadn't read the short description. A cozy horror game. Mike, what about this screams cozy to you? Do you live in Chernobyl? And is that your definition of cozy? I don't know if cozy is the vibe you want to go for, or at least the award you want to go for. Is it a vibe? I don't know. Is it a vibe? I don't think this is a cozy horror. Cozy horror game where you own and manage your own boba tea shop. Make boba teas, serve customers, and expand your menu of boba teas. This is like, if you get rid of the horror words, you've basically got the short description for Minami Lane, where also you make a little boba store and it is actually cozy. I get rid of the cozy, maybe. A horror game where you own and manage a boba tea shop, make boba tea, serve customers, and expand your menu of boba teas. You're missing a dot here. And I'm also missing the horror aspect. Where do things go wrong? What is the thing I have to watch out for? Who is going to kill me? I think that is something that I'm missing here. that's like, what is going wrong? Is there something wrong? I mean, I can probably find out later in here. Cozy horror game. Bro, is this your definition of cozy wife? You play as Risa, who is tired of her corporate life. Probably wanna run this through a Grammarly. Flashbanged. I'm sorry. Because you should do a spell check. Is there anything else? Yeah, it's just the R, but you do want to change it. Don't make the very basic mistakes, probably. As a boba tea owner, you will meet various customers, and your job is to put on a smile and take orders from customers. Making boba milk tea is simple. Ingredients are just milk tea and boba, then just seal the cup with a cover and serve with a straw for sucking out bobas. This reads like a fever dream. Serve with a straw for sucking out bobas. You're not wrong. But I'm doing something like we harvest shadows. Yeah, or like boba balls. Sometimes we'll meet demanding customers that needs special requests or customers. Okay, Mike, I love you. English is not your first language. Put your hand in the air, be like, hey, English isn't my first language. I'm gonna deal with that. You don't have to learn English better. I think it's fine. But pull this through a spell checker, please. Because, my God, I think I'm at 4 or 5 now already. And the phrasing is just weird. Because there's nothing that you couldn't handle as a proud owner of a boba tea shop. I would do like of your boba tea shop. There's nothing that you can't handle. It's just off. Unless that's maybe what you want to go for, you know, mildly disturb what people are going for. Wait, is this a horror game at all? It is a horror game. There's nothing explained, though, about what the horror would be. Yeah, there's no explanation of anything go wrong. So that's what I was thinking as well. Is it just PSX graphics, but it's actually just a boba store simulator, which would be a meta that Playway is going to very quickly rip in. But I think there should be a bit of an explanation of what is going to go wrong, I guess. Yes, I get what you mean with I'm doing something like We Harvest Shadows, where it's like during the day, you actually do have a management game, like you do the farming and all of that. But here you run the boba store, like a supermarket together or a grocery store simulator or whatever. But We Harvest Shadows, they definitely talk about what's going wrong as well. We Harvest Shadows. Yeah, because it's like immediately here in the quiet of a lonely night, something stirs. Are you truly alone? Is something stalking you? And it definitely talks about what is the horror, a terrifying vision that you have to save yourself from. And that's what I'm missing here as well. Of like your explanation. Ooh, this is illegal. How dare he? Whatever. I'm missing that in your store page. And I think that is something that I would probably look into pretty soon. People in chat are just going wild, combining genres that shouldn't be combined in the meantime. So definitely pull this to a spell check. And other pro tip, even if you're not planning on localizing, I would check the box for Russian and Korean. I think, because also looking at where boba is more popular, even if you're not planning on actually localizing the full game, right now you have no demo, so you don't even care. Just localize the store page with AI for all I care, and then check those 2 boxes and see if there's an interest from those countries as well. Yeah, Dolmare, Cabin Factory, and We Harvest Shadows are all viral simulation horror. Yeah, but Dolmare isn't a cozy horror game. And I think there's still a difference as well. I mean, technically, it's Overtime Anomaly simulation horror. You do your job, and then there's stuff as well. So, yeah. Well, not, yeah, just simulation, not cozy indeed. I feel like cozy, the cozy does not belong here, I think. Hey, I got a question. Am I right? It's better to make my solo game dev career part-time rather than full-time since it requires high risk? Correct. Especially when you don't have a lot of prior experience yet. And you don't have any passive income from previous releases and all of that to part-time for the foreseeable future. Localized to Spanish as well. Yeah. Oh, is Boba big in? I guess it's a status symbol there. It's also in Belgium a bit. It's getting more popular. Back in my day, when I went to university, there was one Boba store in all of Antwerp. I went back like 2 months ago. There were 7 in like the 1 kilometer point between the central station and my university. And I was like, what happened? And there's like a whole Korean street suddenly with like all Korean barbecue, Korean fried chicken, not kimbap. Is it kimbap? Yeah, kimbap. All of that. And I'm like, what happened? Yeah, I visited Seattle and the city's boba and poke. Yeah, I know the East Coast has been like that as well, but it's like, for me, it's like suddenly I felt very old where I don't recognize the city I studied in anymore. It's only been like 4 years. And I'm like, where is all this boba when I was studying? So, yeah. Did you have other Steam page questions? Appreciate some opinions on it. Yeah, local... get rid of the spelling mistakes and explain what the scary part is gonna be, I think. Because right now also, if you do actually want to appeal to the cozy gamers, you're not doing that because of the styles. Like, no... Okay, I am making generalizations. Please not take these out of context and proceed to take it out of context. I don't know. When I think of your stereotypical cozy gamer, they do not play PSX style horror game, like PSX style games in general. They don't play Cruelty Squad and like the Raw Flesh. What they play is like Coral Island, for example. Those are the cozy games. Animal Crossing, like vibrant pastel colors and things like that. And I think you're not really on that viewpoint either. So you're not really getting there. Schoolboy Runaway, indeed, has been a big one. I don't know how the visuals are, but Schoolboy, yeah, this is not a cozy and... Yeah, Steam Capsule, add a human to it, at least there's a human, no? This is like one of those geisha or something. Yeah, anyone remember? Because the Doom Eternal Horizons is still one of my favorite things to ever exist. So yeah, there's a human, but oh wait, what are you talking about? I don't know. Whatever. We have 5 new posts. Oh God, Jesus Christ. This is just gonna be a Steam page. Could you please my game? I feel like you shouldn't dump codes in a Discord server. Also, your game is already out. I generally don't like games that are already out because it's like, what are you gonna change? This game has been out for over a year. Okay, well, I'm not playing on stream regardless. Looking for feedback. Oh, you got the girl. I like the capsule to begin with. You look like you have culture. Okay, the visuals. You're definitely pulling in an audience. And then doing the bait and switch, I think, with the capsule. Why are there dinosaurs? Is this Sonic? It looks like Sonic. What is... Okay. This is not the game I expected when I looked at the capsule. I can tell you that. Oh, you want to know what went wrong with Ekans? You made a snake-like in 2023. And charged $3 for it, and released it on a platform where this genre wouldn't perform well. I mean, 16 reviews, it could have done worse, honestly, even. You want to put this on like a mobile or something. This is not a game to release on Steam, because this is not what a Steam game expects. Also, I don't know if Pokemon is going to sue you, but yeah. 6 months of learning Unreal Engine 5, enough for me to learn to make my small game. If my project scope is small, though, it will be enough to make something, but it won't be enough to make a masterpiece. But you need to make something first to begin with. Hey, are you hating on Snake Legs? I didn't know you were in here, boss, but there's a difference between this and what you're doing, I think. Because if I look at this, it's actually just Snake, but with like a bit of a 3D feel, top down. And I think that's also the issue. Like we're not talking about new mechanics really here. So yeah. Pirates of the Storm. I don't know how I feel like I get. Yeah. It's a game. Hire your crew, level up the hero, and slay some monsters in order to discover and exit from this endless loop and become the greatest pirate. This is a weird sentence. A turn-based game about a pirate journey through ever-changing magical storms, classic turn-based mechanics with a roguelike twist. Coming soon, English and Ukrainian. Add more, check more boxes, my dude. Add more GIFs. This is a lot of text. This feels like AI-generated text just from the emojis. No sane human being uses emojis on Steam. I heard advice to use lots of verbs in the description. Yeah, the thing is, I would definitely put like roguelites, like Pirates of the... How I would do this is like Pirates of the Storm is a classic turn-based strategy game with a roguelike twist. And then hire a crew. I do agree with you, Kex, that indeed I would put the explanation of just what the genre is at the front and then load it with the verbs at the end is, I think, a better approach to do it. But yeah, there needs to be GIFs here. This is so much text. Wow, you've got the demo. It's fine. Am I missing something? 1 gig of RAM? I kind of doubt that. Windows doesn't even run on a gig of RAM. But sure, buddy. Windows 7. That's also very optimistic. I heard that Unreal Engine 5 is the best option for solo dev. Am I right? There's no best engine. If you have no prior skill, I don't know if it's the best engine. It also depends. There's a video that's going to come out, not this one, next week Friday, where it's me and Thomas and we talk about how do you actually start game development. And I talk about it in there as well. Today's video is going to be a banger as well. Oh, but I'm streaming. But I don't want to end stream and be like, everyone go watch the video. If you want to make shooter games, Unreal is good. If you want to make 2D platformers, don't do Unreal Engine 5. Like, what are you going to do? Put Lumen on your 2D pixel art platformer? No, that's dumb. If you want to make like a top-down 2D like RPG style game, yeah, don't go for Unreal either. Go for something like Game Maker Studio. You need to know what kind of games you want to make. And the problem that we came to at the end of the day is at the end of the day, Unreal is good at a lot of things, especially the things that it's like, you know, first person, third person, like character control. You can do more in Unreal. I know, Unreal fanboys, don't hate me. but you can do everything basically in Unity, all rightish at least. And that's why we like, I think, Unity as well. I've been trying around. One of the things that I've been doing since this year basically is trying my hand at just prototyping more and learning programming and learning the engine a bit better. Because I always had this where I just did level design and I didn't really touch anything else of the game. And I was like, hey, actually, I kind of want to learn a bit more, just like how do rigid bodies work? How does like everything work? And I have a better understanding. Unreal Engine 5 is best for solo FPS dev. Absolutely. If you want to do solo FPS, like single player FPS, go for Unreal because there's so much more for it. Visuals are good. So I would do those things as well. Will change to the sword page while page is being reviewed affect the time? Normally it doesn't, John. Okay. Got a quick trailer. Okay, so it's turn-based strategy. You got upgrades for your chief. Wait, can I show this? There's. I don't think you can see this. They just have a little coming soon screenshot of this on their trailer. Oh, you can see it here. Yeah. If I like overlay. Don't do that. You went through the effort of putting a logo on some background. You can put a text on there as well, my dude. Come on, we have assets. I don't know where it is. It's at some point in our Discord. I should put it somewhere better, but DM me. No, I'll just drop it in the chat. Honestly, I have this thing in like oh, I'm not gonna leak that. Never mind. I have like this pre-made PNG that you can just paste in your trailer and be done with it, and then put a thing beneath it. I'm gonna give you that right now. Use it. Do not take a screenshot of coming soon and putting that on here. That looks miserable. And it makes me cry. Do you think Alvara, are you serious? Do you think a point and click narrative game would work in 2025? This leads back to the thing of, would it work? You want to make money for it? No, it wouldn't work. There's no way. There's no way unless you are literally the second coming of Christ in the art department and narrative department. Logo is good indeed for Pirates of the Storm. I really like that one. Oh, Andre, I guess that's... Yeah, I recognize the image. Yeah, okay. They didn't take a picture using his phone and put it on there. I don't know if I've been giving good feedback on this game. Okay, so I definitely felt there was a disconnect between the capsule art and the actual game. Felt a bit debated. Also, probably because maybe it's just a bad first screenshot. I would make a screenshot like this, where at least there's pirates. Because on the first screenshot here, there's not even a goddamn pirate. I click on Pirates of the Storm, and screenshot 1 shows me a dinosaur with a golden necklace. And it's like, I don't know how I feel about that one. Otherwise, the screenshots look fine. Adding GIFs is definitely going to be a thing here. The thing is, you already have a trailer, so adding GIFs is literally as simple as clipping out pieces of your trailer and then exporting them at 600 pixels wide and putting them in here. I would get rid of the... I would cut this down a bit. This feels too much. Or maybe it's just because there's no... Like the Y play, maybe. It's like a weird one, because you already explained that in here. Add GIFs in between those, and I think then you should be solid. How are we doing tag-wise? You need more tags as well. Because you're not at 20, you always want to have 20 tags. You're losing out if you don't have 20 tags, so go through the tagging again and do anything you can think of, basically. What you can do is just look at other games similar to yours, like, for example, a Tactical Breach Wizards, and hey, they have more. They have military, they have like isometric, they have multiple stuff. I would add more tags in there as well. Generally more tags is better. is what it comes down to, basically. Would you still use the indie tag these days? Yeah, if I think I do, but it's like the bottom one we do. Let me take a check. I'm not sure if I don't think there's an indie tag in here. Nope. Oh no, tags you've applied. Oh no, there is an indie tag indeed. But as you can see, all the way at the bottom. So no one, yeah. Is Blender 100% reliable to make your own games using game assets such as maps, weapons, etc.? What do you mean reliable? You think that Blender is going to rug pull you? It's open source, my dude. Also, don't make your maps in Blender. Make them in the actual engine. Wheelbot. Oh, I've seen this one before. Another day, another pizza. Have I seen this before? Or have I looked at the trailer, I think? I like the capsule. It's cute. You gave him googly eyes. Control the two-wheeled robots to beat tricky levels. Roll, spin, and grind your way to the exit using precision and momentum. Coming soon. Add the languages tag. More languages. Blender will rug pull your exported FBX file in your sleep. Yeah, simple controls, hard to master. This is nice. The thing is, this also is like a game that looks pretty good. Maybe one thing here is resolution. Very different between the... I'll show you what I mean. Like this circle versus the anti-aliasing on the background. Like circle is very hard, like the forbidden. And then this looks very soft, the middle one. Otherwise, it looks good. I think this just... This warning sign actually feels a bit out of place, like too harsh. Like you almost want to go for a bit of a softer red. This red also feels very, like you, because this is like, you know, it's not straight up green. It's like a little bit of like some red in there as well. Yeah, cozy red, yeah. Black diamonds. Each challenge is a black diamond in the most difficult spots to reach. I would definitely showcase a black diamond here. A little gif of that. Hey Marnix, why shouldn't I focus on making my games multiplayer? Waste of time? Because you're solo. You can't play this. I can see it with guarantee. You're solo, you can't play this. It's not a waste of time. Multiplayer is definitely a value add to any game. The problem is that it takes so much extra time to validate it, to implement it, to sync it, to all of that. And then there's fucking weird bugs, like with Magical Girl Guardians, where for some reason it only works on the host, or it only works whatever, and it doesn't want to get synced. Unicycle Pizza Time would be a game that would be made in 1 week instead of 1 month if we didn't use multiplayer. Because 3 weeks was just me testing with Thomas, and it was to just get our clothes to sync and player positions, and that's it. Okay, fair enough criticism. I am alone. Yeah. So, yeah, fucking hard indeed as well. And how are you gonna test it? You can't test these games. You're just gonna blindly make it yourself. Got the 20 ticks. I think screenshots are fine. Like you're adding color variety, even though there's... Oh, that's the black diamond. I see. Wow, that's hard to see. I feel like the black diamond... Oh, there. There's no way you guys are seeing this. Don't worry. I can't even see this. Is the black diamond this like hard to see on purpose? I can't, yeah. Do you guys see the black diamond? I am looking. It kind of shimmers in game. Yeah. Maybe just at like the thing is also this is a very dark spot. I would not see it, like, yeah, okay, I see your shimmer here. Like here it's more visible. Like this is more visible. Also, even if you can get one other person, don't do it, because that other person, speaking from experience, is going to be miserable. Because it's such an inefficient way of debugging and playtesting. Because it's like, we try it out, it doesn't work. Tom is like, okay, I'll pose a change. And I have to wait 10 minutes because he's like doing stuff, and then try again, doesn't work. You can't develop nearly as fast, basically, in multiplayer. I'm running a dedicated server and have working clients, but my girlfriend is telling me that I'm cheating. Yeah, it's doable, definitely. But it's like, it's hard mode. It's like, do you really need hard mode? I think releasing a game is already going to be hard enough for you. Yeah, okay, black diamonds are more visible with the shimmer here. I think it was just a very unlucky screenshot. Because here with the light as well, those are more visible. Controller support, that's good. I think definitely, yeah. I feel like you're missing on the black diamond. This feels like all the rest of your page is so pretty. And then you have this. I'm just going to assume that you're going to add this later on still. And you were like, yeah, I just didn't get around to it on time. In which case, probably good. Also, why do I hate platformers? Because you make shitty platformers. You don't make Sonic. No matter how much you'd like to believe you make Sonic. And Sonic is on a multi-decade long IP at this point as well. You don't have that. You're making yet another shitty Metroidvania where you can unlock double jumps in a mediocre pixel art style. And it's like, yeah, that's not what we want. That's not what anyone wants. I do like this revolver. Solid job. This capsule looks... This lady looks weird. I don't know, terrifying? Okay. So we got some Cinti. Post-processing really isn't that hard, guys. It really isn't. I know that by now. Because you have nothing. This is bone dry. I recognize this. Isn't this Cinti prototype texture? But just... Them shaders indeed. Driving a train together. Oh, it's a multiplayer train game. Oh, that's pretty nice. It's performance mode. Don't take your screenshots at performance mode. Okay. Should I leak something? I'll leak something. I told you, because this is such a prime example of Cinti having that Cinti look and its ass. I'm sorry. There's no other way to say this. So as I was saying, I was working on I've been learning Unity a bit more, and I've been working on I want to learn some simple mechanics. I'm just going to leak this shit because I'm using Cinti as well. This is a project that I started this yesterday evening because I was like, oh, I want to work with Cinemachine a bit. And I'm using Cinti assets because I'm like, I just want to learn how do I use input system, how do I use Cinemachine, and how do I control stuff. And I'm gonna show you a game, and it looks so much better. I'm sorry, I am just going to say it. No matter what you think, this game looks better. And this is also Cinti. But it has just post-processing smashed to the maximum. This is nothing special. At the end of the day, it's like I said, it's just learning how does movement work in Unity. But the visual difference between this, I think I can just even disable post-processing, no anti-aliasing. You see the difference? And this is already like with also, I think under like PC renderer is where it's at. It's like ambient occlusion. Let's get rid of that as well, because why would we do any of these things? This is not really a game. This is me just trying out movement. Like this game looks way, way worse very quickly already. And then this is with me just turning off basically like the post-processing, put on anti-aliasing. It looks much better. And then here, because of post-processing, what do I have? I have like tone mapping, I have some motion blur, and then a big one is like depth of field. Your game, this is not our next MOBA. And then we go back to here. It's like, it's literally just 15 minutes. Cinti even has a video, post-processing, of what you basically have to click here. Quick post-processing guide for URP and Unity by Cinti Studios. Watch this. 9 minutes. Your game is going to look so much better. Trust me. Why does it look so much better in Magical Girl Guardians? Because there's a difference. Magical Girl Guardians is not a post-processing issue. Magical Girl Guardians is a shader issue. But this is default lit shader, and the project I just opened as well is also default Unity lit shader, and no further post-processing. Lighting as well, using warmer lighting and all of that. But like, there is nothing here now. Add screen space ambient occlusion, add more other stuff and all of that. Covered ceiling in the subway is strange. Is that a thing? It depends. We have some weird Antwerp metro stations. We have some weird ones. I think there's one 11, 15 stations. Can I like just look at the map? What's it called? Metro station. Is it this one? Here. We have some whack ones. This is... Do they have like a Google Maps? No. We have some weird ones. I definitely wouldn't knock the covered as long as it's just one. Because some of them look like this looks normal, but some of them also do look pretty bad. One stop on the Antwerp subway. If you've done one stop, why didn't you just walk? Typical American, am I right? Just take the two. The thing is, at the end of the day, the Do Good graphics box, when you start from this, there actually is a box. Like this tiny light bulb also has way too much strength. Or like, why is there a spotlight on here, for example? This is like, okay. The thing is also, I'm pretty sure you're using custom train models. And I think this is also something you'll regret. Maybe not now, but at a later point, because it's very bone stock where you can see that difference. You're doing the Forge Industry mistake now, basically. Where I was also like, Herder, I'm gonna learn how to model myself. So certain things, like for example, where is it? This refinement station, I modeled myself this stub, but then this is Cinti, but then the ladder isn't, and then this is more Cinti when we started realizing actually I can't really do enough. What's your Cinti processing in Showcase? This is solid as well. I mean, it's a different vibe, but like it doesn't feel like default Cinti lit lighting, and that's the important thing, because it definitely did here. You're going to regret mixing custom stuff, especially for something that's going to be as high detailed for like the metro here. Cabin? What's called the front of a, like, it's very different still. how this looks, it's like still kind of basic and old school, I guess. Versus then the reason also that we have never made a train game, because people, no, I stream for however long I want, basically. People often ask me, hey, Marnix, why don't you make a train game? The thing is, the moment you're making a train game, you have to appease to the trainers, not the train games, the train otakus, the train fanatics. And they will rip the skin out of you for having such a basic operating manual, basically. And I think especially this is going to be your main game asset at the end of the day. This is what people are going to look at the most, I assume, in the game when they're controlling this. And we have these two very basic blender levers that you probably made yourself, that are not optimized at all, that are tacked onto a bigger thing that you probably also just made yourself, because this looks so much like the gondola in oh, do I have a screenshot of it? I definitely think there is. Oh, is it? No. Oh, too bad. I basically made something that looks exactly similar to Metro Gather. And I think that's a mistake you're looking at. So like, yeah, there's no ambient occlusion. You want to do especially baked lighting. Look, what is there to optimize? It's an icosphere on a stick, lol. No, that's not the optimization. The optimization is that this is like 7 different meshes that are just like stacked on top of each other. It's not extruded. It's not whatever. And that is more of the thing that I'm talking about. I was definitely, with Songs of Urgate, people were like, oh, just add baked lighting. Easy, dum-dum, and your game's gonna look better. And I was like, what is baked lighting going to do? It does a lot, and it's really not hard either. So, like, look into optimizing your lighting, look into post-processing, and then I would reconsider redoing the interior of your train, because that's like one of the main standpoints. The rest of the environment, like the metro, I think is okay. I think you can save a lot of this with just post-processing, but I think your train or metro definitely needs a lot of love still. Metro Gather is a train simulator where you drive, collect passengers, work together with friends, and explore the submarine network in a fictional city. Embark on your journey as a train driver, take it expand in single or multiplayer. Okay, so what I'm missing then as well is probably if you're doing a fictional city, you want to have at some point have a screenshot with a map, like the metro map of your level. You're going to have a metro map in your game. You have to. So I would do that as well. You got the languages. That's good. Question is, did you actually localize the stored pages themselves as well? Let's take German. Yeah, okay. Du hast das getan. It's literally City lever? Oh, is it? Well, get better City levers then. IMO, this doesn't look bad. Why are we talking? Look, we're not talking about optimization. Post-processing is not optimization. Post-processing is needed. And then, yeah, we're missing GIFs. A vigilant GIF. What is this music? I mean, this is fine so far. I mean, it is a metro simulator at the end of the day. What did I expect? So we're... Oh, is this a ticket inspector? No, I'm just walking. Okay. So drivetrains, check. The problem is you're competing with a lot of very in-depth metro simulators. So you're not going to win on that regard. What you're going to win at is like stand out in the multiplayer aspect. Definitely. And that's a valid approach, I think. Is the Metro Simulator in Japan? No, I think this is American because it uses Cinti assets. So yeah. But it's like, play as a ticket inspector. You don't explore that. Like, you don't explain that in the trailer, in the screenshots, in anything like that. So I have no idea what it is. Also, is it vigilant? Yeah, vigilant, not vigilante. I mean, vigilante ticket inspector would also work on Batman. Do you have your ticket? Key features, no fail screens. That sounds like a game design mishap. Why? Even when you run a stop sign or cause an accident, I get why, because it would be more funny in that multiplayer aspect then. Character selection, other players, explore the open world by train or foot, base speed limits. But you say obey speed limits, but then it's like there's no fill screen, so why should I obey the speed limits? It's... You need to have something. You need to have some way the player cares about what they're doing. Because otherwise you lose out on a bunch of the fun as well. If there's nothing to lose, it's like the fact that we're gonna die makes life fun, I guess. You know, if I am here and I know that until the end of time I'm going to be alive, I wouldn't be doing any of this. Okay, this sounds dramatic maybe, but that same philosophy applies to your games. You always want to have a fail condition, I feel. And yeah, maybe it's frantic or whatever, but you can't lose in most sims, like Supermarket and the other ones. You can run out of money. Convert the trolley problem. I definitely think there should be some way that you don't get booted, but something should happen. Something should get angry. Maybe you have a currency system and you get tickets, or it gets docked from your paycheck and you can link on that. It doesn't need to be a fail screen, but there should be something that you should care about not massively fucking up, I think. There's a scoring system that grants you points. Okay, so, because when you say no fail screen, you make me think of there's no fail condition in general. You're late, is the mode and stuff. Yeah, those things would... you're not explaining that here. When you say no fail screens, I think of like peaceful mode sandbox with God mode on. You can't die, basically. I think the capsule is cute. I would maybe see if you can squeeze a bit more of the logo on it. Also, it's like, how realistic do you want it to be? Are there gonna be people jumping in front of the metro? Are there gonna be people, like, are you in America? Are people gonna be put on fire in the metro? Or you have to do something about that? Do you have, like, the metro surfers? Like, subway surfers, but not the game, but like the ones who lie on top of the train? Probably not. You can go deep with this. Will this have a market? I think the idea can have a market, but I think the execution isn't high enough right now to get to that point. Having metro mechanical problems. Yeah, that's the thing. Right now, you're not appealing to the metro, the train enthusiasts, and it's like, to a certain degree, okay, fine. But that's like 90, like, those people have money. Have you seen? Oh, wait. Japanese JR sim at home. JR train sim at home. There was like this, there was this because you have this game as well. That's not what I want. How am I gonna find this? Japanese train sim at home train cards. Oh, This is an actual arcade. There's like there's some video similar to the World of Tanks. Tanks at Arrow Tank. Yeah, like basically this exists, but for like some Japanese train operators as well. Where they built this shit, and this is your audience. They have money. They care about your games. But yeah, it doesn't look good enough for those people, definitely. You're very far off that, and that may not even be your main goal. Your main goal may be more of the people who just want to have fun with their friends. The problem is for the fun with your friends game, that also impacts how much money can you charge for the game, because then multiplayer already is like an issue, where you would have to go like, if you want to really make this work, I think you would need to think of like a free-to-play model almost. And free-to-play is also miserable if you really want to go into that multiplayer aspect, because this is not going to be a game that sells on the depth. It's going to be a game that sells on the fact that people can play this together. That's at the end of the day what Supermarket Together did, as far as I remember. They were free-to-play as well, and they weren't as deep as Supermarket Simulator, but they had that fact of, hey, we can play with friends, that made it so popular. And then they just have like an upgrade with like more clothes and whatever, but it's more risky as well. Yeah, there's a very big disconnect as well. So there's food for thought, and there's room for improvement, I think, but I think at least you're not doing a bad game. I think you just need to ask yourself some tough questions that you maybe have been too scared to answer for yourself. Of, does anyone actually want this game in the current state? Because this is gonna come out in less than 2 months. I think that's not a move. So I would wait with that. I want to find that hole. That hole. These guys, also normal. It was like, the super quirky one, and they had like a guy who yelled like, "Oh, everyone, watch out!" and all that. How would prevent it from getting manipulated, hacked? It's hard. Everything in this world is gonna get hacked. You can do some things like, know what is the minimum time, basically. That's something with it. Scores for unicycle pizza time that are under 30 seconds will automatically not count for the leaderboard, because it's like, well, it's physically impossible because you have more distance to cover than that there is speed in your game. So do that. How are wish lists? I guess not great. Because also probably 300, that's actually pretty solid. Did you do any marketing? Where did they come from? Metro Getter. Yeah. They got a trailer. You probably want to send an email to YouTube. Okay, so you have it. No, I'm sorry, I do not want to watch this later. How do I remove this? Yes. Well, we are seeing fruits of steam, even since it was already debugged. The thing is, 300 wishlist is not big fruits at the end of the day. Because like one influencer playing this is gonna give you like 1,000. And it's like, you could also just wait 2 months to passively get that. Who debunked it? It's like, it's not linear growth. That's the debunking. It's always in spikes. I think this is not the optimal, but this is like the first one to the crop that I can see of, like, it's always spikes, and then it goes down again, and then you get a spike, and then it goes down again, and then you get a spike, and then it goes down again. And you'll have a baseline, but yeah. Also, you're like Steam page before the game is ready. Not overtime only. Magical Girl Guardians, everyone. You talk shit about us, and then if I say the same thing to you, it's like, oh, Marduk, you are scum of the earth. Go kill yourself. It's like, what? Anyways. Okay, after Metro Getters, we now have Firefighters together. Because apparently it's the day of the cozy co-op games. Firefighters, come to the rescue. Isn't that the... like, not pause. What is this screenshot? Is this a real screenshot? Or is this just edited? This looks fake. This looks real. This looks like a fever dream. Is this a stumble, guys? What is this game? Isn't this Paw Patrol? This game does not. Cats are trapped in flames and we need heroes like you! Put on your helmet, overcome obstacles and save these adorable kitties. Are you ready, brave firefighters? Grab your water gun and join the adventure. Flame emoji. The cats are waiting for you. Save the kittens. It's cute. Little cats are trapped in flames and waiting for you. Build up your team. Play online with up to 4-player co-op. Okay, call your friends, form your team, and coordinate your efforts. Extinguish fires and rescue the cats. Put out those darn fires. Grab your hose, push through obstacles, and work as a team to bring the blaze under control. What are these moves? What are these moves? Damn. Okay, so you can parkour with the water force, basically. Hard metal leaderboards. You must complete the level with limited lives. I don't know if this is AI generated. Probably more wishlist. I would say not, actually. I don't know. The thing is, when you're talking about sample sizes of 300 versus 200 wishlist, it could also just be someone who has more followers on Blue Sky. Only 34 wishlist. Oof. This screenshot looks so funny. I don't know why. You have the problem. The biggest problem this game has on first glance is you're mixing low poly with low poly stylized with PBR with such variety textures and everything like that it just looks bad. And when I look at the screenshots, it doesn't, like, all of these screenshots looks like, you know, the Crab Game, Squid Game, Fall Guys, Stumble Guys games where it's more of a party game and there's like no water. Like the 12th screenshot out of the 12 screenshots is the one where you're actually firing water and everything else is like lead up. Is there a trailer? There is in fact a trailer. So let's take a look. Good start. Yeah, we're once. I think this game can work, but I'm not the audience. I think indeed the firefighter stuff, it's... FPS drops in trailers are not okay. I'm glad you noticed this game. This trailer was not running at 30 FPS. Nowhere near. The concept looks alright. But it's like, what is this game actually for? It just makes me feel like Fall Guys or Stumble Guys. The firefighter stuff, I genuinely. This is a game that should release on mobile probably as well, because this is not a Steam audience for the most part. This is a mobile audience you're looking at. There's no price, but that's the thing. Because there's still differences between this and a crap game or a Stumble Guys or a Fall Guys. And I don't think you can get away with this on Steam with how janky it is. I hope you're not actually the developer, Kowloon. Because there's no way this game is going to be 30 euros. No way. No shot in hell. I mean, you can choose it, but you'll get 0 sales. Yeah, $4.99 indeed. Trayson, what? Your takes are so bad. I'm sorry. It's just annoying at this point. What price do you think Delirium should be? Probably like $3.99. At top of my head, throw a number at it. $3.99 probably, or $4.99 for less than an hour maybe. $3.99 maybe. Yeah. 5 is too big of an ask. I do agree there. The problem is there's this concept in, I think, marketing, which is like the penny difference, where like the difference between 3 and 99 cents versus 99 cents and $2 is like massive. Like even if it's just $1, nobody will buy it anymore. Like a lot of people will never buy it anymore. Now the thing is, you're not doing a battle royale, which is good. So you can, I think, ask money for this. But I don't know if a premium model fits this game best. I think it's worth $5, but pricing $6. I think that's also fine. And then discount more. I can live with that as well. This capsule, this doesn't scream. This screams 50 games release every day on Steam. And these are games that we're looking at, but over time, it's gonna be 5, I think. It's not priced yet. It's little, but this is not Little Company. Also, like, what? Little Company is from a developer with a fuck ton of experience, and it's a fucking deep game. Like, this is not his first rodeo. This definitely is the first rodeo. Is it deep? What are you talking about? Yeah, it could be a hit with kids. That's generally the vibe I have as well, but kids don't play on Steam. Especially not kids these days anymore. They play on mobile. And then, I made a video about it. Mobile has problems as well. Yeah, I don't know. This isn't a Steam game. That's the problem. Yeah, it doesn't sell. Go free cosmetics, but even that. Amateur sales. What are you? Time anomaly being 5. It's like it's 20% difference. We go on a discount. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, I don't think you can ask a lot of money for this, and I think it's also in the model of how I'm gonna get players. Because co-op, you always have the thing of, even if it's $5, it means that it's actually $20 for a group of friends. What are the core features of a Steam game? What is that question? I don't know. be good. I think the differences is like playtime sessions, for example, playtime links. Mobile is very much you can just pop it off. Yeah, I don't know. Being a game, John, it's like it's hard to quantify what makes a Steam game. But yeah, there was this video idea or stream idea I had. Maybe I'll do it, but I didn't fully have it worked out. I was like, let's look at the bad games or like the games that didn't make it last year. And are there like true hidden gems, so to say, right? So we go to like release year, 2024, and then we go for ratings and reviews, anything between 10 and 50. And then by default, it's like, what are the best games basically released on Steam that still didn't get like, I think it's not fully like, it's rounded like under 100 reviews, basically. And it's like, some of them are like, yeah, looks pretty cool. And then some of them are like, damn, I'm surprised this even got that many reviews. Yeah, this was a stream idea. I didn't fully have it planned out. There were some interesting things definitely to learn from this, but yeah, but it is very much rare. When I was looking through this before, there was often a case when I look at this, I was like, yeah, I can see why this only got 50 reviews or whatever. I'm like just taking, yeah, whatever. This is not for now. Those are games poster frame. Nah. Yeah, without market appeal, or it's like they just didn't do marketing to begin with. And those are things to keep in mind as well. So yeah. Anyways, I think I'm kind of sick and tired and done of... Yeah, no, I don't want to do even more of this. I'm going to wrap up the stream here. Go make better games, please. Go and watch today's video. It's really good, I think. Yeah, it's good. Oh yeah, I talk about crop pollution a little bit in there. So you probably want to check that one out. It's me and Thomas. Who doesn't want me and Thomas talking for like 40 minutes or something? So it should be a solid one as well. Apart from that, thank you all for watching. I think that, did I do a stream about Overtime Anomaly trailer? I did not. I kind of got scared. I don't know. I'm waiting with the trailer dedicated videos for a while. It's a long video. It's like half an hour or something. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.